Good morning all of you. Today we are going to discuss important word problems on positive integers. But before starting with the question, let me explain you a thing. We write the numbers, counting numbers as 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. So if you want to represent these numbers in algebraic form, then you write it as, say this is your x, then everywhere you are adding 1 to it. So for the next you will be adding x plus 1. For next you will be adding again plus 1 to it, so it will be x plus 2. Then it will be x plus 3 and so on. Now in the question, two consecutive positive integers are asked. So you can take any two continuous positive integers. Consecutive means continuous. So you can take any two consecutive positive integers. If odd integers are asked, then you take x and x plus 2, x plus 5 and so on. X plus 4 and so on. If even integers are asked, then you take x plus 1, x plus 3, x plus 5 and so on. So let's see here. The question is find two consecutive positive integers. So let two consecutive positive integers be x and x plus 1. Now the question arises here, sum of whose square is this? So according to question, it is given sum of squares of the consecutive positive integers. So sum of squares of two positive integers is 365. Now here it is a plus b whole square formula which we can open. So this is x square plus this will be a plus b whole square is a square plus b square, that means 1 square is just 1, plus twice of ab which gives me 2x equal to 365. Now x square and x square will be 2x square. This is plus 2x, and when this 365 will come this side, it will become minus 365. So finally I will get 364 and this equal to 0. Now you see I can take 2 common out of it and I can reduce this to more simpler form. So 2 taken out, so I am left with x square plus x minus 182 equal to 0. This 2 when goes this side it becomes 0. So now I am just left with my equation x square plus x minus 182 equal to 0. So this is my quadratic equation, and I told you whenever coefficient of x square is 1, we directly take this last digit and we try to find out the factors of it. So say this is going in 2 times table, 91. Now I want 1 over here, coefficient of x is 1. So by adding or subtracting I am not getting 1. So let's factorize it further. This is 13 into 7 is again 91. Now you see 17 into 2 gives me 14 and this 13 is here, and 14 minus 13 will give me 1. So I can simply write it as, I am writing it here, x square as it is minus 182 as it is. I can replace this positive x with plus and minus 14x minus 13x. So out of this I can take x common, this is x plus 14. Out of these two I can take minus 13 common. So it will be again 1 plus x plus 14 equal to 0. X plus 14 is common and x minus 13 equal to 0. That means either this is 0 or this is 0. This will give me the value minus 14 and this will give me the value plus 13. This we are going to reject since in the question positive integers are asked. So x equal to 13 will be taken into consideration. Now in the question, two consecutive positive integers are asked and we in the beginning supposed one integer is x. So one integer is x and other integer is x plus 1. That means one integer which was x is equal to 13 and other is x plus 1, which means 13 plus 1, which is equal to 14. So 13 and 14 are the two consecutive positive integers whose sum of whose square will give you 365. Now let us solve the next question. The difference of squares of two numbers is 180. The square of the smaller number is 8 times the larger number. Find the two numbers. So we are talking about two numbers. So we can suppose two numbers as x and y. But here we are talking about a larger and a smaller number. So we have to define, let larger number be x and smaller number be y. Now, according to question, the difference of squares of two number, this is square of one number, difference is given, that's why I am writing minus, and square of another number is equal to 180. This is my equation 1. You need to remember here that when difference is asked, always the larger number will come first. Now, next is what? The square of the smaller number. Smaller number is y. The square of the smaller number is means equal to. The square of the smaller number is 8 times means multiply. 8 times the larger number. 8 times the larger number, and your larger number is x. So this is my simply second equation, and it can be written as simply 8x. Now you see, we have got the value of y square as 8x. So I can substitute this y square's value in above equation. So equation 1 gives you, equation 1 becomes, this is x square, y square is 8x. So I am substituting the value of y square as 8x. 180 I am bringing this side equal to 0. Now this is again a quadratic equation in which x square's coefficient is 1. So simply I can take my minus 180 and I can find out the factors of it. I want minus 8 and here it is 180. So I can write 10 into 18 gives you 180, and since I need minus 8, so I will give minus sign to 18. So I can write here x square minus 180 equal to 0, and this minus 8x can be replaced with minus 18x plus 10x plus 10x. Now out of these two I can take x common. So it will give me x minus 18. Out of these two, I can take 10 common, and this will again give me x minus 18 equal to 0. Solving it further, x minus 18 is common, x minus 18 is common, and I can also write x plus 10 in the bracket. That means either this is 0 or this is 0. Here I will get x equal to 18 and here I will get x equal to minus 10. Now this is one value and this is the other value. I want the value of y also. So here my y square equal to 8x. What? Y square equal to 8x. That means if I put x value as 18 over here, I will be getting 8 into 18. but I need to find out the value of y, not y square. So taking square root on both sides, taking root on both sides. If I'll take root of y square and root of 8 can be written as 4 into 2, 18 can be written as 9 into 2. Now, root of any square term will be that term only. So this will be y only. And here you can see 4 is a perfect square number. So if it is taken out of the root, it will just give me 2. 9 is again a perfect square number. So if it is written out of this root sign, then this will give me just 3. And here 2 and 2 again 4, which makes it a perfect square. So again I can take out of the root and it will be written as 2. So y equal to 2 into 3, 6, and 6 into 2 is 12. So I am getting the value of x as 18 and y equal to 12. That means the larger number is 18 and the smaller number is 12. Now if you want to cross check your answer, then you can put these two values over here. You find out their difference, you will definitely get a 180.